This is the esplanade at Edinburgh Castle, and directly ahead is the castle, which is currently closed due to the Covid-19 situation. The day is Friday the 8th of May 2020. The occasion was VE Day 75th anniversary. So I'm going to take you on a journey down the Royal Mile, which is the road that connects Edinburgh Castle, where we currently are, to Holyrood Palace. So that's Ramsay Gardens at the left hand side. Some very expensive property there. The Royal Mile is the historic heart of Edinburgh. It's got museums, restaurants, shops, closes, wines and hidden gems, and beautiful views across to the Firth of Forth. So this is Camera Obscura on the left and the Witchery on the right. This old church is now the hub, so it's a restaurant. In fact, we had our Christmas meal in there in 2019. So that's Johnston Terrace down there towards the right, and this is where the tattoo spills out and finishes every night in Johnston Terrace, where they move on to waiting coaches. It's called the March Back to Barracks. As you can see, there's some security being added to this area because this is all cordoned off during the Edinburgh International Festival and Fringe Festival, which takes place in August. Very famous pub there, Deacon and Brodie's. That's the High Court on the left, and that's St Giles Cathedral on the right. And we're coming up to the City Chambers on the left with the Stone of Remembrance, where there was a 2-minute silence at 11 AM to remember VE Day. There was only about 10 people attended due to the stay at home message from the government. So it's all cobbles at this point. And I've filmed many a parade coming down here because they like to bring the crown of Scotland down from the castle down to the Parliament for Her Majesty the Queen to open the Parliament every 5th year. And in fact, in 2019 was the 20th anniversary of the opening of the Scottish Parliament. And yeah, I've got a video of that. I'll link it in the cards here. So, what can we say about the Royal Mile? Based in the Old Town and within a World Heritage Site, the area is culturally and historically important to the city and jam-packed with things to see and do. A Scots mile long and connecting the two royal residencies, the castle and the palace of Holyrood House, it is also home to parliaments old and new, law courts, a cathedral and churches, and a vast range of visitor attractions. Walking tours, shops, restaurants, cafes and pubs. All currently closed due to Covid-19. That's why the street is so empty. Unsurprisingly, the Royal Mile is one of the most well-known and most visited streets in Edinburgh. Yeah, it's absolutely heaving during the festival. So a bit about the history of the Royal Mile. The Royal Mile certainly has history. When you walk down the street, you start at an extinct volcano and continue down a slope that was formed by the retreat of an ice age over 325 million years ago. I do believe in geography I learned that this is a crag and tail. By the 12th century, this had become the main street of the adjoining boroughs of Edinburgh and Canongate. So we're going to be going past Canongate Kirk. In fact, we've went past it because that's us now down at the Scottish Parliament, which was built in 1999. It opened, of course, at the cost of £500 million. So the Holyrood Palace is going to be on the left, and the Scottish Parliament and Dynamic Earth on the right. and that is Arthur's Seat, the Crags of Arthur's Seat, the extinct volcano in Edinburgh straight ahead. So we're going to briefly, there's Holyrood House on the left now, we're going to briefly enter the park where you could actually go up and drive round about Arthur's Seat, but we're just going to turn and come straight back out and back up the Royal Mile. So the Royal Mile is actually made up of 4 connecting streets. At the top, the west, is Castle Hill, then Lawn Market, High Street and Canongate. Dozens of steep pedestrian closes lead off the street and are worth exploring to find many of the area's hidden gems. Head down Dunbar's Close to find a tranquil garden just seconds from the hustle and bustle of the street. Significant landmarks. The Royal Mile features a number of significant landmarks. Edinburgh Castle is a world famous attraction, and the Palace of Holyrood is still the Queen's official residence in Scotland. So that we're just past Holyrood Palace, and the Queen goes there first week in July. It's called Royal Week. Opposite the palace is the Scottish Parliament, opened in 2004, and free to visit for tours of the building and its art collection. So yeah, I was mistaken, I said 1999, but that, of course, they used the Church of Scotland building at the start while this was getting built. Parts of St Giles Cathedral date from the 14th century. Inside you can see medieval stonework, Victorian stained glass windows, and a tour up onto the roof for spectacular views. And just behind the cathedral is a magnificent 17th century Parliament Hall with its hammer beam roof, still used today by lawyers and their clients to discuss cases, and also free to visit. There are numerous attractions that are worth visiting. They include Camera Obscura, the Scotch Whisky Experience, Real Mary King's Close, and the Museum of Childhood, the Storytelling Centre and the Museum of Edinburgh, the People's Story Museum, the Canongate Kirkyard, and Our Dynamic Earth, which nestles below Arthur's Seat in Holyrood Park. A variety of walking tours begin on the street with subjects to suit every taste, from history to ghosts to literature. Shopping. You'll find plenty of opportunity to buy cashmere, tweed tartan and Scottish specialist food and drink. The street and closes are also home to a number of independent businesses. Browse antique jewellery at the Royal Mile Curios, or treat yourself to Scottish fare at Cranachan and Crowdy, Scotland's oldest independent whisky bottler, Cadence, or the Cigar Box, or pick up the Christmas decorations year-round at Nutcracker. Specialty shopping streets such as St Mary's, Victoria and Cockburn streets are all just minutes away. Eating. The Royal Mile offers a range of eating out options. There's fine dining establishments such as Wedgwood, Angels with Bagpipes, Cucina, at the Radisson Collection Hotel, and Michael Nave Kitchen and Whisky Bar. For something more traditional, try one of our many local bars such as Royal McGregor, Whisky Bar, Monteith's and Kilderkin. Fancy a picnic? Stock up at the Scottish Deli Products at Cranachan and Crowdy in the Canongate and find a spot in Holyrood Park to enjoy the best of our Scottish ladder. Events. The world famous Edinburgh Fringe Festival, the largest arts festival in the world, has its home in the High Street. During August, the street is buzzing with taster performances of shows featuring in the programme, and the spectacular Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo takes place on the Castle Esplanade every night in August too. Yeah, so they build up all of the seating. It takes 6 months to build and take back down again. So at this point in the year, they would normally be building it, but as the tattoo is cancelled due to coronavirus, it won't be happening this year. And there's no festival either. Other events take place throughout the year. In September you might see the riding of the marches, in October the Samhain Fire Festival, and in Hogmanay you can join in the Old Town Ceilidh. They also have a torchlight procession nowadays, which initially went down the mound, We're just about to come up to where the mound is once we pass St Giles Cathedral. But the new route for the torchlight procession is down the Royal Mile, and that's on the 30th of December, and probably won't take place this year because of coronavirus. So that's the High Court there on the right hand side, where those two people are just walking past it, and there's the Deacon Brodie's pub again. So this character also sits outside Deacon Brodie's selling tattoo tickets in August. He's called Malap, and he certainly is a character. So we're speeding up the cobbles now. Malap's family own a lot of these shops round about this area, so you can get all your Scottish goods, like the House of Scotland. I know that's one of Malap's. Yeah. So many a parade you'll see on my YouTube channel coming down this little street, and as I mentioned earlier, the tattoo empties and every performer comes down that street to go to buses in Johnson Terrace, and the massed pipes and drums, which is probably about 12 bands, they all play all the way down the street. Free entertainment at just before 11 o'clock usually. That's us back at the castle now. It's an absolutely beautiful day it's turned out to be now. May the 8th, 75th anniversary of VE Day, Edinburgh City Centre. Thanks for putting up with my rambling, and I hope you enjoyed the quick whirlwind tour down and back up Edinburgh's Royal Mile. Take care, stay safe, stay at home.